Jake here for Extreme Terrain, and today we're taking a look at the Bestop all-weather trail cover in black, fitting 2007 and newer Jeep Wrangler JK and JL 4-doors. And it never hurts to have a backup plan, and for those times where you find yourself caught without the top on your Jeep, knowing you've got a way to keep the interior protected makes for great peace of mind. This cover from Bestop is a convenient and affordable way to have an extra safety net to keep your interior dry and protected no matter what the conditions you might encounter. As the saying goes, when it rains, it pours, and it always seems to happen this way. You have a great day out on the trail, clear skies in the forecast, and all of a sudden, it gets messy, and you left the top at home. Or you have a Jeep parked outside on a sunny day, and then bam, rain, and there's not enough time to get the top put back on yourself. But have no fear, the trail cover is exactly for these types of scenarios, or any other where you might just need to cover your interior for a bit. It features adjustable straps for a secure fit, and it's designed to fit over other Bestop accessories should you have them on your rig as well. Now, there are opening flaps on the sides here to give you access to the interior when the cover is on and secured, and it even comes with its own bag for storage. So this is going to fold up pretty easily, just about as big as I have it here, maybe even a little smaller, and it can easily be stowed in your Jeep out of the way and out of sight, so you've got it on hand whenever you might need it. Now, the cover is designed to be used outside as well as the material would dictate, so it's meant to withstand dirt, bird droppings, sap, really anything that could harm your Jeep's interior like moisture, dust, and UV rays. Now, it is worth noting that this cover in particular is designed to work without a top on your Jeep, so it's not going to fit if you have either the hard top or the soft top on there. Now, Bestop does offer options for that type of situation though. We've got them available on our website too, and they're priced pretty similarly. So take a look, think about which one's going to suit your usage case best, and you can go ahead and grab it. Similar to a soft top, the cover is made from a highly durable fabric. It's tough, and you can feel that it's designed to be weather resistant, almost kind of feels like a raincoat type of material. Now, like I mentioned earlier, this also has UV protection built in as well, and it's machine washable. So if it does happen to get dirty, you can put this in the washing machine. It's going to come out looking fresh and clean. Now, this one is black in color, and as we know, everything goes well with black. So even though it's not a full cover or a soft top, it's going to look nice on your Jeep. Pricing comes in at about $275, and you are paying a premium price here for a more premium product. It is, however, going to undercut the pricing of a full car cover though. So if you want solid protection without the hassle and pricing of a full cover, this is going to be a great choice for you. Predictably, installation will get a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and it should only take you about 5 minutes to get this on. In fact, it's probably going to take you longer to get it out of the box and get the straps put on than it will to actually install it on your Jeep. So with that, we're going to hand it over to one of our XT customers who's going to show you the process.
This is going to be an installation guide for the Bestop all-weather trail cover. The following components when you take them out of the box are the cover itself, a stuff sack to store your cover in when it's not in use, installation instructions, and 8 straps for holding the top in place. My initial challenge with this was to figure out which end was front and back. If you lay the top out with the inside out and look for these cuts here, you have 2 long flaps on the side. These go over your doors, and then you'll notice a cut here where it angles back up. This is what goes over the back end of your towards the back end of the rig by the roll bars. So this will be the back end of the rig, and up here is going to be the front end of the your rig. So now that we've established what end is front and which end is the back end of this cover, the first thing you want to do is get the cover up on the roof of your rig. I happen to have a soft top already installed on mine. If the top happens to be off, it works both ways. Let's step up here so that I've got some room to reach, and start by laying out the tarp on the top of the rig to make sure that everything's in place correctly. Now that the tarp's already up on the roof, we've got everything kind of more or less laid out. We've got to pull it down over the windshield. Those with a light bar on the front like I do may run into some difficulty. The tarp is not quite big enough to reach over top of my my lights on top. An actual light bar, it may be okay. But what I can do is feed mine in behind the bar, or behind the lights and down the windshield without too much issue. The other thing you might want to do as you're doing this is take your mirrors and fold them in so that they're out of the way, give it a nice snug fit, and protect your mirrors as well. Now we have the tarp more or less in place. We're going to pull everything tight and snug so it's down in place. And then I'm going to locate my 8 straps for tying the whole rig down. The straps for this are pretty simple. We have 8 of them. They've got a nice hook on the end of them. Nice long straps so that we can hook onto the pinch weld on the body seam. And using the turnbuckles, strap each one of these down. And back down, but we want to make sure that our hooks are to the inside as we're doing this, unlike I just did. So initially we'll stick it on, we'll attach them to the body seam and just lightly tug on them to hold it in place as we're installing the remainder of our straps. We'll do each one of these in turn, pulling it up through, tucking it down through our turnbuckle, hook it on our pinch weld, straight down from it, and snug it down tight. Not too tight yet, as we want to make sure all our straps are in place before we go that far. Snug it down, and we'll move on to our next strip. Now, as you can see, when I tighten down the other side, it pulls this side a little bit, so you may have to pull it down into place and make sure that it stays. We'll start at the middle on this side, feed our strap up through, back down. Now I'm running into an issue where I can't feed it up in behind my side steps here. There's not enough room for the hook. So what we can do is take the strap off, hook it, and then feed it up through from the bottom. Pull this one tight, snug, so that it holds everything in place. And we'll come up here to the front. As you can see, I have the same issue here, but I can slide it in from the front and slide it to the back where it'll hook. I'm kind of pulling it to the front a little bit here and pulling it tight. I want to make sure that this is all covered up here so no water can get in. And I'll do the same thing on the back. I'll pull it a little bit to the back, pull the hook a little bit to the back towards the back on the pinch weld so that it holds everything nice and tight and in place. Our last straps come back here on our back corners. We're going to hook down here on your pinch weld, feed up through the same way. Back down. There's one on the passenger side. We'll snug it. And same thing on the driver's side. Pull that down nice and tight so that they're in place. The last strap we have to contend with, which is already attached on the cover, is this strap here, which is supposed to be able to reach around your spare, but obviously with an oversized spare tire, it doesn't quite fit on my rig. So I may be able to tuck it down in behind my tire onto my tire carrier so that everything holds in place nice and snug. Come back up on this side, and here again we've got a typical turnbuckle. We'll feed it through and pull this down on. Last thing we want to do is snug all our straps up tight. Last thing we're going to do is go around the truck and pull all our straps down tight. Whoops, that one came loose. Make sure they're all tight so that everything stays in place. And the inside of our rig stays dry when we're caught in bad weather. If you get caught in a situation where you might want to get inside your rig, say it's still raining outside or you've got it parked in your driveway, got it covered and protected, you can take these straps loose. And you're able to flip the top open so that you can get to the inside of your vehicle and do whatever you need to do. And then just simply drop it back down in place and hook it, starting with the middle. And then doing the two outside one, or front and back hooks so that everything stays tightened in place. And your vehicle's protected from the weather while you're doing this. Storage of the best top all-weather trail top should be a fairly simple process. They provide you with a stuff sack to place it in. All you need to do is I recommend folding it into the seams on each side so that it gives you a nice square I like to tuck my straps into the middle so that they're out of the way. Fold the back up right along the seams. Nice long rectangle. We'll fold this into the middle, this into the middle, making sure we flatten out as we go along. Fold it in half. Kind of squeeze the air out as you're doing this. And we'll pull out our stuff sack, hopefully, because these can be a little tricky sometimes. We've got it down this far. We should be able to kind of roll it in half. Take one end of it, push it down into our stuff sack, and work the stuff sack up the side of the cover. And your cover should fit in there nice and snug and secure, just like this, ready to be stored in your vehicle wherever you've got room.
That's going to wrap it up here for our review and install of the Best Top all-weather trail cover in black. fitting 2007 and newer Jeep Wrangler JK and JL 4-doors. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, for all things Jeep, be sure to keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.